Hello everyone, my name is Artem Medvedev. You're listening to News and Views on Leduc Radio. This is a show for the week of September 5th. As many people living here in Edmonton Leduc writing, I received a brochure from our local MP James Rajat in which he claims that the Conservative government didn't take sides in the Canada Post dispute and was there for all Canadians. And there are many people that already emailed me saying that they disagree with this statement, and there is a chance to debate this and labor rights in general at a roundtable discussion held September 20th at 7 p.m. at Riverbend Public Library in Edmonton. That's September 20th at 7 p.m. Riverbend Public Library. Canadian Union of Postal Workers and Canadian Union of Public Employees and the Council of Canadians have confirmed attendance at this event, and I'm hoping to see you as well. September 20th at 7 p.m. we are going to have a multi-party or non-party discussion of labor rights and privatization issues in Canada. Another event to be aware of in our riding is the Southwest Edmonton NDP AGMs. The Edmonton Leduc Federal, Edmonton Whitemud, and Edmonton Rutherford Provincial NDP going to hold their annual general meetings on October 6th at 7 p.m. at Southminster Steinhauer United Church in Edmonton. That's October 6th at 7 p.m. Southminster Steinhauer United Church. And you do not have to be an NDP member to attend. We'll have a guest speaker, that's Elizabeth Bellarman, President of the Health Sciences Association of Alberta. We don't have a topic from Ms. Bellarman yet, but I'm thinking that it's probably going to be about the status of healthcare in our province. And again, hoping to see you there October 6th at 7 p.m., Southminster Steinhauer United Church. There's been some news lately about the possibility of extension of Canada's mission in Libya. And all of this brings up the question of what is our current mission in Libya? Because the UN originally authorized the International Peace Force to enforce a no-fly zone and to protect civilians against attacks by the Gaddafi army. And the UN didn't really authorize what is happening right now on behalf of NATO in Libya. The original UN resolution said nothing about authorization for an international policing force in Libya, but several remarks from the Conservative government show that the Tories are interested in being a part of an international police force in Libya in the post-Gaddafi era. Newly revealed facts show that the CIA had been actively cooperating with the Gaddafi regime all along, and this certainly casts serious doubt on the international mission there, on the situation there currently, and on Canada's involvement as well. Given the extension of Canada's involvement in Afghanistan without a vote in Parliament, the Tories can certainly be expected to come up with a new name for our mission in Libya and extend it indefinitely as well. Now to turn to Stephen Harper's fight against evil here in Canada. Stephen Harper's government will reintroduce controversial measures that were originally introduced after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and these controversial measures are officially directed at fighting terrorism. In an interview to CBC, Harper called Islamicism the biggest threat to Canada. That's already a statement that many people won't agree on with the Tories, but what many people definitely will not agree with is the extent of measures that are being reintroduced. And those are compulsory investigative hearings and preventive detention. Translated into normal English, compulsory investigative hearings is when you haven't been accused of anything and you had nothing to report to the police, but suddenly someone comes up, you are taken to one of these hearings and you must answer questions. You have no right to keep silent, you have no right to ask why you are there, because this is a new right that the Conservative government is going to give to itself. So compulsory investigative hearings definitely not something to look forward to. The second measure is preventive detention, which basically means that if the conservative government thinks that some way down into the future you may want to do something bad, they can arrest you preventively so that you do not have a chance to do anything bad in the future. Many countries have been criticized for similar measures, but most of those countries never actually were among the top 10 countries in terms of respect for human rights and dignity. Therefore, Canada is now prepared to join a group of countries with preventive detention, compulsory investigative hearings, and possibly some other measures to fight Islamicism. So apparently the Charter of Rights and Freedoms has expired and no one noticed, but Stephen Harper was keen on noticing that, and here we have a situation to deal with where human rights and freedoms are not going to be respected by the Canadian government because it had decided not to. And to continue the topic of attitude towards the fundamentals of the Canadian way of life, attitude towards Canada in general is not Tony Clement's strong point, apparently. Documents were revealed by WikiLeaks that Tony Clement, when he was the industry minister, urged the US government to put Canada on the piracy list and released the new Canadian copyright bill to the US authorities before showing it to the House of Commons here in Canada. And all of this put together makes for a really unbelievable story, but documents are authentic. Several sites have already confirmed that this was going on. And I'm just wondering, together with Harper's UN donut story, is this a part of the larger pattern by the Conservatives set to embarrass Canada in the world and to the world? I don't know, but definitely something to look into. I'm sure that more news will come up later. But this is certainly troubling. Tony Clement is now in charge of cutting government expenses, and given this attitude to the Canadian public and the Canadian way of life, we can only predict what kind of services Tony Clement will want to cut. And this is all for this week. Thank you for listening to News and Views on Leduc Radio. My name is Artem Medvedev. As always, I'm looking forward to your comments on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Blogger, and through the Leduc Radio website. And at this, thank you very much and have a good day.